The truth is that it's hard to bring that baby to term, to deliver it, to take care of it, to figure out what mommy and daddy need to do, how to make a living, how to take care of this life, or it's hard even finding the right adoption program, bringing that baby to term, and then watching them carry it away to another family who will love and care for it because you couldn't. I get it. That's really hard. The truth is hard sometimes.
My club's for closers.
And I wanted to go back to something where we're talking about abortion laws in the country, and I know that there's some tweets out there, and a lot of people, I guess, are more easily shocked than myself responding to these stories. You know, oh my God, how could you do that to a baby? How can someone go so far? I hear that a lot. For many, it boggles the mind. It doesn't boggle mine. And as much as it pains me to say it, I would say it's actually entirely expected for two reasons. One, the same reason, I talk about this a lot in the show, the truth, and most people's aversion to it. And two, the easy way out. And the two, by the way, in most cases are one and the same. I often talk about the truth in the show and how simple in theory life would be if you're seeking it. And I know that I'm going to get some edgy, smart-ass atheists commenting here saying, well, how can you seek the truth and you believe in the flying spaghetti monster, huh? Okay, well, here's a brain twister. Not all societies have considered truth a virtue. And certainly not more valuable than successful outcomes. So where does the morality of truth-seeking come from? There's a brain twister. Same thing with mercy and compassion. Those are almost exclusively found with modern Christendom. They were seen as weaknesses. So truth-seeking is not innate. As a matter of fact, often, and I would say more often than not, it's the polar opposite of human nature. Now, keep in mind, I'm not talking about a truth or your truth here. I'm talking about the truth. People will often do whatever they can to avoid it at all costs, like an ant with a magnifying glass, effectively for the same reason. Because here's an irony. This is something a lot of people aren't going to like to hear, but I'm going to tie this back to the abortion thing in a little bit. An irony is that when it comes to the truth, we've been lied to. We've been told that the truth will set you free. Guess what? Nope. Sometimes the truth comes with shackles. Sometimes the truth comes with punishment. Sometimes the truth sucks. The truth will set you free. Okay, Your Honor, I confess. Guilty. Life without parole. What happened? Sometimes the truth is hard, but that doesn't change the fact that it's the right thing to do. And that brings me to point number two, the easy way out. I've talked about this before. You can go through the archives. There is almost always an easy way out in life, or at least an easier way out. Okay? And I'm not talking about, by the way, the most efficient path possible. Sometimes the hard road is just wasted energy. I understand that. Don't get this part twisted, okay? What I am talking about in life is when faced with an uncomfortable truth, isn't it interesting how life always offers you an open door next to it? Almost invariably, an easier door. Think about it. I want you to take some time here and think about every single decision that you've made in your life where you had to stand up or walk in truth. Tell me there wasn't an easier way. Tell me there wasn't an opt-out. That's why people kill 40-week-old babies. That's how entire state legislatures smile upon the murder of 25, 30, 40-week-old babies. The problem didn't start with 40-week-old babies. It started with Plan B. It started with the early-term abortions. It started with absolving oneself of responsibility and turning one's back on the truth. Okay, so look, you screwed up, you were irresponsible, you lacked self-control, and now you've brought a life into this world. The truth is, you have no right to end that life. Let me give you a little bit more leeway, okay? Let's say you were responsible every single step of the way. You used protection, okay? Little tadpole got through for some reason. Here you are. The truth is, that is still a life, an entirely separate genetic code that cannot speak for itself, and you still have no right to decide whether it lives or dies. The truth is that it's hard to bring that baby to term, to deliver it, to take care of it, to figure out what mommy and daddy need to do, how to make a living, how to take care of this life, or it's hard even finding the right adoption program, bringing that baby to term, and then watching them carry it away to another family who will love and care for it because you couldn't. I get it. That's really hard. The truth is hard sometimes. Or you could just take a pill. Or you could just put your feet in those stirrups. You could grease the palms of a doctor and be done with it in an afternoon. Now, let me clarify here. Am I saying that women out there who get abortions are taking the easy way out? You're damn right I am. Absolutely. Just like I think fathers who shirk their responsibility are taking a coward's back door. Okay? I'm not absolving anyone here. But the truth is hard. and there's always an easy way out. And that's why I hate bumper sticker slogans and false platitudes. You really do hear me try to avoid these on this show because we use these so often to lie to ourselves, to hide the gritty truth, and to polish a lie. Right? Failure is not an option. My friend Chael has talked about this. That's a lie. It's always an option. It's often the easiest and most readily available option. You just don't want to admit the truth that you might fail. We hear this other one all the time. I think we did it in a parody of Any Given Sunday with Al Pacino. In a fight, it's the guy who's willing to die who's going to win that fight. It's the guy who's willing to die. He's the one who's going to taste victory. That's a lie. In a fight, it's the person who's best prepared, who's trained with the most discipline, and is the most capable who will win. Do you know what we call untrained men who go into fights or battles willing to die? Dead. That's the truth. But it's a lot easier to accept a bumper sticker slogan that's motivating than it is the truth. Here's the thing. While the truth may not immediately set you free in the short term, that's a cold, hard truth a lot of people don't want to acknowledge. While the truth may burn, sting, or scar, it is ultimately the only path you can walk long term to live your life as freely as humanly possible. And again, before we go here, I want you to think of every difficult decision in your life you've ever made, standing up for the truth. Okay? I really want you to picture it in your mind's eye here, okay? Remember the easy way out? Do you remember the other options available at that time? Got it? Did you look back? Now look ahead. Where do you see the truth? Where do you see the easy way out? Because if you pick the wrong path now, there are only going to be more and more paths splitting, getting easier and easier, leading you away from the path of truth and into the permanent shackles created by the lies of the world. That's how you kill a 40-week-old baby. You're pro-choice? Okay. Are you paying attention? Make the right choice. Hey there, if you like this video, this is the part where I would usually tell you to subscribe, but I can't do it anymore. I'm going to tell you to subscribe, and then YouTube is going to decide that we can't reach you even though you subscribe to this channel, and then I'll say hit the notification bell, and then the notification bell won't even be there anymore. I don't know what to say. More than likely, you'll find my face in a milk carton. But do what you can to stop it. It probably won't do much.